This is my model of the larynx. It is made of clay and some pipe cleaners for the inside structures. So the first structure I'm going to identify is the trachea, which is number 13. The trachea is a 4-inch hollow tube that extends from the larynx to the bronchi and is surrounded by cartilage, also known as tracheal rings. The next structure is a cricoid cartilage, which is this purple structure and is number 3. The cricoid cartilage forms the inferior portion of the larynx and attaches to the trachea via the cricotracheal membrane and forms a signet ring all the way around the trachea. The next structure is the thyroid cartilage, which is number 1. The thyroid cartilage is situated above the cricoid cartilage. It has a left and right laminae, which meets anteriorly to form the laryngeal prominence. This structure helps to control pitch. Above the thyroid cartilage is the hyoid bone, which is number 2. The hyoid bone provides support for the tongue and larynx. Now moving to the posterior view. The first structure I will identify is the epiglottis, which is number 5. The epiglottis is a flexible, elastic cartilage that lies behind the medial portion of the thyroid cartilage. The tipping of the epiglottis during laryngeal elevation for swallowing assists in protecting the airway. There are also many muscles inside of the larynx. It is important to note all of the intrinsic muscles of the larynx are innervated by the recurrent laryngeal nerve, which is associated with cranial nerve 10, the vagus nerve, except for the cricothyroid muscle, which is innervated by the superior laryngeal nerve. So the cricothyroid muscle, which is number 11, I have labeled on the front. The cricothyroid muscle increases vocal fold length as well as tension in the vocal folds. The next structure is the posterior cricoarytenoid muscle, which is number 7, and it's the greenish yellow clay. It is the only muscle that adducts or opens the vocal folds and also opens the rima glottis. The next structure is the thyroarytenoid muscles, which is 10, and it is the blue clay top there. It forms the major mass of the vocal folds and a major portion of the laryngeal valve that protects the airway and serves other biological functions. Next is number 9, which is on top there, and it's the arytenoid muscles, and they are made up of the lateral and oblique arytenoids, and they form an X. They are an adductor muscle, so they pull up the 2 arytenoids together to the midline and thus adduct the vocal folds. Moving to more of the inside structures, the first one I will identify is structure number 8, which is the orange pipe cleaner all the way on the end there, and that is the lateral cricoarytenoid muscle. The contraction of the lateral cricoarytenoid muscles pulls on the muscular processes and rotates the vocal processes towards the median line, which also adduct the vocal folds and close the glottis. Next are the arytenoid cartilages, which is number 4, and those are the yellow pipe cleaners, and they're small pyramidal cartilages, which with a concave surface. And the location and movement of the cartilages are crucial to laryngeal function. The next structure are the craniculate cartilages, which is number 6. They're the black structures on top of the arytenoids, and they are elastic conical cartilages. And then lastly is number 12, which is the vocalis, and those are the green pipe cleaners. The vocalis is a small muscle that is in the medial part of the thyroarytenoid, and it originates in the lamina of the thyroid cartilage and inserts in the vocal processes of the arytenoid cartilage. It helps to modulate the tension of the true vocal folds. And that is my model of the larynx.